Hello everybody, welcome back to WWT, everyone, the Facts Game Show. I'm Mike C.
And I'm Fred White.
Today we're going to talk about this game that came out. It's called The Division.
Yeah, and guest starring today, he's a new added member to the show, Glacier Burn. Welcome to the show, Glacier.
Thanks for having me.
Alright, so like always, what we do, we're going to talk about it, but before we start talking about it, we're going to go ahead and give it our rating, and we'll start off with Mike first. Mike, what do you give The Division?
The Division. I really do like this game, but it doesn't live up to my expectations of what I really want this game to be. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5.
Okay. Alright. I'm on the same page with you, surprisingly. We'll go more into that, but I'll give it a 3 out of 5 as well, and we'll talk more to it with Glacier. Glacier, what do you give this game?
If I had to say out of 5 stars, I have to go with a 4.8, and the reason being is because from my point of view and from my experience, it's pretty much lived up to everything, you know, that the hype is giving it and more. The only problems I see within the reason why I didn't go for a full 5 out of 5 is because of just technical issues that I know are soon to be put to rest. So, you know, for right now, 4.8, anywhere 4.5 to 4.8, man. I know they'll fix the issue soon, and you know, we'll see how it goes.
And we're going to have to make a new graphic for that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do an 8.
Yeah. So it's safe to say you'll give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
A 4.5?
Right.
All right. My problem with this game is that, you know, when Ubisoft came out with it back in, what was it? E3. Well, we all know that these games are viewed on high-end PCs.
Correct.
But they changed a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not faulting them for changing, like, the menus and things like that, but I will fault them for not having the maps already accessible, because what they showed in E3, they showed a huge map area. But with this game, now, correct me if I'm wrong, Glacier Mike, do you have to unlock certain parts of the game to increase the size of this map?
Well, that's still a work in progress, because what I saw was, it looked the same to me. What do you say, Glacier?
Well, from what I've seen is you basically all you have to do is go and explore. This is, you know, textbook MMO map style. You see the areas that are highlighted with your level curve, and you go to that part of the city. And you know, as far as the maps, I really don't even necessarily think that you need a bigger selection, because you got the Dark Zone, and the Dark Zone is 1/3 of the game, so you have to take into account for that also, and each level curve that is on the PvE side also is on the PvP side, so you're getting pretty much a dose of both worlds here.
You see, the problem with them comparing it to like Far Cry maps and GTA maps. Now with GTA, a lot of buildings aren't accessible like they are inside of The Division. So maybe that's the reason for them saying that it has a bigger map size than that, because GTA is a wide open area. You have a lot of cars. You have some of hidden tunnels and underpass ways in the game. You really can't see them. When I find them, I come up on them on an accident. And with The Division, parts of New York is supposed to be open that it's not. And if you look at the map, you have 2 bodies of water separating another side of the map. Now, I don't know if they're going to expand that so you can play on that side, because even with Watch Dogs, Watch Dogs had a large body of water that you would cross over, and that was your other part of the map. With this one, you know, the reason why I don't give them a 4, 5 facts is because, for, like, number one, any game that requires you to be online all the time, that just takes away from other people that wants to play this game, because not everybody believe it or not, not everybody has high-speed internet, and some people are still dealing with DSL.
Correct.
And people want to play this game. Now, I'm not faulting this game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's a good game. But these are the things that you know, some gamers, they critique on. And it's another thing with this game coming out. You know, they knew this was going to be a popular game. And people that pre-ordered it, that didn't get the disc, that already downloaded it, they just had server issues.
Right.
You know, like my friend Anton. Thanks, Anton, for joining us to fight the battle so we can rank up, because I told him to meet me on there after I got off of work, and you never did. Thanks, bro. But anyway, and, you know, when they make these games, gee, I lost train of thought.
It's all good, but keep going.
I lost train of thought. What was I talking about?
You was just going off all on tangent.
Oh. But there's a lot of stuff, that little minor stuff that's wrong with this game that they could have fixed. Oh, I was talking about the service. Yeah. Now, when they launched the game, they knew that this game was going to be widely popular. So they should have already had the servers in place to fix that.
Right.
People that bought the game couldn't get on the game because they had a lot of server issues.
Right.
People had to delete the entire game and then install it, because I experienced that as well. Right. So they should have had this stuff fixed before it even came out. It's no excuse. They released a beta, and it was something that Glacier...
Two betas.
Two betas. Glacier, continue on that. You said something about when they released the betas, they didn't really have enough time. Well, they didn't give us enough time.
Well, from how I'm looking at it is, they really didn't have, they didn't give us enough time to really have a serious stress test, and that was the major problem, because I was a day one buyer of the game, and at midnight I was ready to play, and it took me about half an hour to 40 minutes just trying to get in. To that effect, though, I do believe, even though you know, the game is big and there was a lot of hype for the game, I really don't think that they had in mind how many people were going to be day one buyers of the game, or midnight you know, release gamers actually trying to get in and you know, get back to what they missed out on with the betas.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, they just messed up with this launch, and I don't want to. But by saying that though, I don't want to. It's not well, it's definitely unfortunate for those who actually had to re-download the game. I didn't have to do that. I was fortunate enough to just sit there, hang it out, continue to keep trying to log in, and finally I got in and was able to join the rest of my buddies who were already in the game. There was a lot of technical issues with connection loss, and once again, I attribute all that to they really didn't give us enough time to try to break their stable, or calculation for a stable readiness upon game release. Yeah, because there was a lot of gamers upset. I was watching the stream actually the night before it came out, and there was the developer. He was actually streaming the game, and him and his buddy, you know, I was reading the chats, and they were like, "The game is broke. Fix the game." And he was like, "Well, there's nothing that I can do about it right now." And they were just working on it continuously all through the night. You know, it is a good game. I recommend that you go get it. But the only thing that I'm saying is that when Ubisoft come out with these big launch titles, they promise us one thing, and then they do a bait and switch. You know, look at the graphics from E3 to now. Look at the Watch Dogs graphics from E3 to now. It's just, if you know that you're going to dumb the graphics down, just go ahead and play it on a regular console. Don't play it on a high-end PC. You know, don't get people hyped for the game, and then when they get it, they be like, "Oh wow, it didn't look like, you know, what I saw in E3." Because you know, some gamers are real anal about that. You know, and like me, for instance. But once you purchase the game, you can't get your money back. So you
kind
of like stuck. Yeah, GameStop will give you like $1 or $2. So, you know, if you want to do that. But yeah, I for you, Mike, is it a buy?
Yeah, it still is a buy because I do like the whole concept of the game. It's a great story for the game, but it just doesn't live up to what they put out in E3. As far as the gameplay is good. Okay, I love how you can get your other squad members to play in. What they do right, the AI is real good. They try to surround you and everything. It's a real good AI. It is difficult. You're not going to run through this game and just shoot up people and then just call it a day. It is not an easy game. You got to use strategy. You got to think when playing this game. I advise you at least get 2 people going through the game. The more people that comes on the game, the harder it is. So just don't think you're going to get your whole full squad and you're going to run through this game. The enemies get harder. They think. So they do a great job of that. But as far as graphic fidelity and stuff like that, they are lacking on some stuff. As far as the physics of some of the, as far as the vehicles and everything, I think I said that through the beta as well too. When you're shooting certain things, you got bullet holes, which is great, but other things you don't. If they're gonna make the whole environment, you know, as far as physical and everything like that, they need to go ahead and do it all the way throughout.
It's definitely a buy for me, but you gotta have buddies that's going to be there for you, Anton, when you ask them to, Anton. And even now today, I tried to play it and he wouldn't log on, bruh. When I see you at work, man, we're going to have a discussion. Glacier, is it a buy for you?
I definitely, I'm on the side of the buyer. The game, like I said, it's still real early in the game. I want to touch on that the comment that Mike had with the AI. The AI is absolutely it's insane. It's scary how real the AI learn your moves, how they surround your group.
Yep.
They don't just charge in. They have certain enemies that will charge in to try to run interference while they set themselves up for a flank. It's definitely phenomenal. As far as graphics go, I'm not a graphics guy when it comes to games like this, because at the end of the day we have to remember that it is part MMO, and so for being an MMO and for remember there's hundreds of thousands of people trying to get in and all running all at one time. The weather change, the fog, all of that stuff is A+. It's top notch to me. The graphic, as far as the realism of it, I do agree with the physics of things, how they should have everything destructible if they're going to have some things destructible. But those are all things that I can look past because of the gameplay. I'm really big on gameplay first before everything. And so, you know, I'll leave the viewers to their thoughts on that. I definitely believe it's a buy.
Okay. All right, so that's all the time that we have for the show. You know, it came out on the PC, it came out on Steam, Xbox One, and P4. So, whatever version that you get, you won't be disappointed.
Right. Go ahead and get the game, man.
All right, well, we'd like to thank Glacier for coming on to the show, and he'll be on a lot more episodes, more to come. So thanks, Glacier, for coming on to the show.
No, man, I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to the next one.
All right. Like always, don't forget to hit us up on thagamersshow@gmail.com if you have any questions, you want to review something, and also for other little prizes and everything going on as well.
All right, so please like, subscribe, and follow all our social network channels. And please join our Steam community and our website community so you can get some free games and free stuff, man. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
The Gamer Show.
See you guys next time.